Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ab-Fab at the beach. Right. We're Ab-Fab at the beach today. We have our cooler there. We have our beach blankets, all kinds of things. Lena's wearing her new bathing suit. Yes, I'm wearing my new black bandeau bathing suit that John designed for me. It's very nice. I won't show it because it's a little bit risky, but it's got a sparkle. I'll show you the sparkle. Yeah, this is what the ties to the front. A sparkle scrunchie. So, and designed by John Lennon. John Lennon, great designer. Johnny Christ. Johnny Christ, right. Yeah, John Lennon. Well, actually, I was a great hairdresser as John Lennon. I remember seeing videos of you blow drying Yoko's hair, and you did a great job. Here's what I want to say. We're at the beach today, yes. Now, it is 11:11 a.m., Twin Flame Mission. It is Wednesday, August 13th, and we have pickles and peanuts. Where's the peanuts? They're over there somewhere. Some really nice kosher peanuts, roasted, non-salted, good quality peanuts, and some delightful dill pickles. This was what we were craving this morning when we woke up. And we are going to pretend we are drinking vodka like Eddie and Patsy on Absolutely Fabulous, right? Because we have a big jug of ice water, and I said to John, gee, you know what would go great with these pickles and peanuts? A big jug of iced Stoli. I got the Stoli, babe. But if anyone has not seen Patsy and Adina in the characters of Ab-Fab, Absolutely Fabulous, British sitcom, that thing's genius. We're gonna watch some of that. We're gonna rewatch some Ab-Fab today. I just got the word right. So John said we will get just as drunk as if we just drink the iced water, eat your pickles and your peanuts and shut up, and before you know it, you're going to be drunk as hell. Right. So I'm very excited about this because John controls my pleasure centers. And he has already showed me what it feels like to be on morphine. It's fantastic, by the way. But the thing is, he has the power to do this. But it's not something he can or wishes to do for long periods of time. Right. Right, because she's got to keep clarity. But I can turn her on to, like, I'd say like 2 hours of a good vodka high. Right. Oh, 2 hours. Yes, I'm starting to feel it already. Yes, I am starting to feel it already. So we have the fan going, and it feels like a beach day. All right, there's workmen outside with buzz saws. They're building a house. Yes, building a house across the street. There was a lot there behind a house, and they are now building another house. So that's what we're listening to all summer, but we're just going to pretend that it's motorboats. Yes. And motorboats can be annoying, but we're just going to pretend they're motorboats going by. Yes. And it's going to be better than buzzsaws building a house. The only thing I'm saying, I think I keep saying, I get premonitions. Do tell. And I keep seeing this, that someone's going to get hurt over there. I saw it from the beginning. I don't know if Christopher thought I was kidding or something, but I said to him, somebody's going to fall and die or something, or break their neck. Well, what was that based upon? I had a vision. Oh. And then the one day I heard something going wrong, and they all were like, whoa, 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 whoa. And like everyone was like, ah, ah, ah. And I said, that doesn't sound good. Right. And whatever was happening, nobody died that day. And I'm not going to get up and look out the window. I don't want to watch this. I worked as a project manager, assistant for too many years. That's a drag. I don't want to watch them building a house across the street. I've already watched shopping malls being built. It's a fucking drag. Maybe some people like that shit. You were damn good at getting those jobs. Shit, she could have been a project manager. You had the smarts to be a project manager. You really build me up a lot. I had no interest in being a fucking project manager. That looked like a fucking pain in my ass. I was bad enough being an assistant. The only thing I liked about being an assistant was the men. I loved all the men on the job, but I loved the women too. Yeah, you do have that in you. Yeah, well, no. Well, you're a people person. Remember Ray K? Ray K is here. Ray! Ray Kazarski. He crossed over. He was one of the field managers. There's a great picture of Ray with, where is that? Samira sitting on the toilet bowl. Can we find that? Let's look. Ray, how the hell are you? And Samira, how are you guys doing? Great. Really great. No, really good. Really, Lynn. We're doing great. Yeah, that's good. This was my favorite field manager. The kittens are going insane. Yeah, I'm chasing them around the room. Really? Yes, I'm chasing the kittens around the room. As soon as we said Ray was coming in, the kittens started going insane. Yeah, I do that. I have that effect on women especially. Yes, I talked to the pants right off of this woman. Right, this woman Samira. She was like an owner or a manager of the Starbucks or whatever that he was working on. Was it Starbucks? I think so. Yeah, I think so. One of them. Yeah, Ray was like the most popular field manager. He passed away shortly after I left that job, and you know, it was because you left, Lena. I couldn't go on living. I know. When I couldn't call and get you on the phone, I could not go on living. Right. That's what happened. Yeah. No, no, I had a heart problem. I didn't always take good care of myself, Lena. You know, it was in my genes. It was in my genes. Some of us got bad genes, but you're like coming at me with all these weird jokes about blue jeans and yeah. Can people see those cats running around back there? Yeah, the thing is, I just wanted to come in and say hello, and tell you to enjoy your day at the beach, with your vodka. Right. Can we tell the story about Ray just one very quickly? Surely no. You're sick of this story. It's a very crazy story, but go ahead. You don't always tell it that. It's hard to tell the story about Ray. But Ray he was a field super, and they used to send him all to these weird, really weird hick towns across the United States to build Starbucks and malls and stuff. So, and a lot of people had problems with construction companies coming in, even though a lot of them welcomed the idea that there'd be jobs, but a lot of the old timers didn't like the change of things being built over what was once a prairie. Right, right. This is Ray explaining what it's like to be a field manager at a major construction company. And but Ray you'd get pissed drunk, yes. Often on the job. Often on the job. Really, yeah. I had a drinking problem. Yeah, I guess. Well, no, I had no problem drinking. That's Bozo the Clown right now, beeping that horn. Really? He's a pervert, that guy. Yeah, Ray. Now you guys see why I lived for Ray's phone. I lived for Ray's phone calls. He would talk about any stupid thing that didn't have to do with anything having to do with work. And Ray, if we left to our own devices, we could just go on for like an hour, which was like ridiculous against company policy, talking about absolute garbage, right? And I know you were not my only sweetheart over there, but you were the tops. The tops. Yeah. You gave me pointy pants. Yeah. He said my voice was the only voice of all the women over at Richter and Ratner that gave him pointy pants, right? She gave me the pointy pants, right? Not even Samira gave me pointy. Yeah, Samira, look at this woman. They were building the bathroom of Starbucks. This is what this picture. I'm so happy that I still have this photograph because it was my prized possession. I had it up at my desk. It's a large picture. I had it up at my desk, and everybody who walked by was like, "Who the fuck is?" What the fuck? I was like, "That's Ray K." Oh, that's Ray. I said, "Yeah." And how I got this picture was Ray called me from the job site that day and said, "Lynn, I got this woman to sit on the toilet bowl." The woman Samira who's going to be the manager of Starbucks, she's sitting on the toilet bowl and she's wearing just underpants. So I was like, "You have to take a picture." He was like, "All right, I'll do it." And he did it for me. He took the picture and he sent it over to me. That meant so much to me. I just look at her face, how sweet. Like if you didn't know that they were in a bathroom and you just saw the top, Ray. I I love you, Ray. I love you too. And I remember when I first crossed over and found out you were with Johnny, and I said, "Oh wow, that really makes sense." Because she's so talented and she's so lovely and she doesn't belong. She's good at what she does in the construction field, but she doesn't belong there. She's too special. Aw, Ray, that's adorable for you to say. Thank you, and thank you, Samira. Samira is going to live on this earth probably to be 190. She's one of those women, right? She's like Israeli or something, but she's or not Israeli. She's an Arab. Is she? Yeah. Uh, well, that's good. John, I'm a little blitzed because you feel the vodka, right? Oh, so Ray was, he was drunk after a day at work on the job site out in Texarkana or wherever the fuck, and he was driving drunk and he got picked up for drunk driving and they brought him to jail. And Richter and Ratner, the bosses at Richter and Ratner, had to bail him out because there was some confusion. You couldn't find your license. You couldn't find anything. Like you were really, yeah. That was somewhat of a wake up call, but not but I didn't really improve me in that way. I continued on that way. I tried to clean up. I love to party. Right, right. He's a really happy go lucky one of these guys that loves to party and drink. Happily married, kids, like beloved family man, but just like look at this guy. He was like that all the time, Ray. So our bosses had to bail him out of jail out there, and then he had to go back a couple of times for court just to, over this drunk driving thing. And I remember when one of the times when he had to go back and he was like, "Oh, I got to go back there. I got another court date, and I'm fucking sick of this already." So I was like, "What do they want from you?" He goes, "I don't know, but I got a new hat that I'm going to wear. I'm going to impress the judge." So I said, "You got a new hat that you're going to wear to court to impress the judge?" And he says, "Yeah, you want to know what it looks like?" I said, "I'd love to know what he said, "It's one of those helmets, like a construction helmet, but it's got two cup holders, one on each side, but where the ears are, and so I can put a can of beer in each cup and a straw going down to my mouth." I'm gonna wear that in the court, but he was joking. But this was Ray. This was Ray's plan. This was Ray's plan. Bunny, why are you're growling so much? The kittens are not even doing anything right now. They were a bit rambunctious earlier, I saw. Yeah. They were a bit rambunctious earlier, I saw. I know, Ray. I know you saw that. Ray was like Jackie the Joke Man. Yeah. was like having your own private Jackie the Joke Man on call. He was wonderful. Well, this has been great. A really wonderful. And we've got, hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, Bowie, Iman. Who else did we call up this morning? Hi, Howard. Howard Stern. If anyone's heard the news on Howard Stern, I wouldn't worry about Howard. He's going to be just fine. Everyone's jumping all over his shit, so happy he got fired. Howard didn't get fired. Howard, you don't fire Howard Stern. Howard Stern is Howard Stern, right? So that's all I want to say about that. And Howard's giving me, he's bowing. He's doing like a namaste. Yes, Howard. I'm following the story. I know you're gonna fucking put him in their place. Doesn't even matter though, anyway, because you're living your best life, and just do that. No, thank you. Just enjoy your life. You've been saying for the longest time you don't want to work anymore. Yeah, I know. Sometimes you need it taken out of your hands. Yeah. Sometimes you need, but and so this is like, I have a lot of options, and my biggest option is to be there, present for my family and for myself and my life and for all the rescue animals I take care of, and that's really, the rest is all just nonsense. It got me a lot of nice things in. I know, Howard. You don't have to explain to me. You're cool. How are you? Are you at the beach today? Yeah, I wish. See, you're out there on Long Island, like, and like you're too busy being all fucking freaked out and like afraid of COVID, and I tell you, if I wasn't laid up like this, I think I would drive down to the beach. What do you have to drive down to the beach for? You got this place. Yeah, you're right. Ray? Yeah, I'll see you, Lena. All right, bye, Samira. So we're gonna get the fan back going here. Oh, honey, yeah. I'm kind of beat, and I want to just. I'm dying for one of them pickles. All right, yeah. He's really wanting a pickle. This guy, yeah. I want to taste those peanuts too. All right, I really feel like I'm high on vodka. You did it. I brought in Ray. You did. You brought in Ray K. That's what got me feeling drunk. How awesome. All right, everyone. Praise be God and Mother. Have a great day. Ring the bell. Get down to the beach for God's sake. Maybe we'll see you there. I love you. Love you too, baby. Are you waiting for 18? I don't know. Should we bother? I don't know. Well, wait a minute. How long is it going to take? It won't take that long. 18. Da 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 da. Let's go Mets. The Mets are going to win. Let's go Mets. Yeah!